A cabal of high-ranking officials, led by then-President Barack Obama, took the world on a wild goose chase to try and take down their political enemy, Donald Trump.
Because of the nature of the low information rubery, if you will, that's probably not a word, but we're going to go with it. All of the rubes in the conservative element of the Republican Party, which I guess is all of them. They're all extreme MAGA Republicans. You can't really bisect it. If you vote to advance the agenda of Donald Trump, you are extreme and you are MAGA. It's just the way it is. And Fox News and the Republican Party broadly, the people who make media for them, the people who are elected leaders, they realize they don't have to be all that talented in their propaganda because there's such a thirst for they want to believe the worst of the worst. They want to believe the unbelievable in the MAGA base. So they don't have to put much effort into it. And that goes for their conspiracy theories too. Maria Bartiromo over the weekend had, on her Sunday Morning Futures show, had Tulsi Gabbard on. Now, I'm going to play this video. First of all, the intro of the segment is just off the rails, off the charts, nutty as shit. It is just absolutely, completely batshit crazy. There's no way to explain it. When I get to it, you're going to be like, this is like something that was written by like a bad sci-fi writer, like a bad conspiracy novelist writer. It's terrible. But I want to impress upon you just how ridiculous all of this is for this fact and this fact alone. Tulsi Gabbard was just on the outs for saying that Iran wasn't in the process of creating a nuclear weapons program. Donald Trump said, I don't care what she says. She's wrong. Under any other normal administration, if the director of national intelligence got something so basic, got it so wrong, they would be fired. But Donald Trump wants you to believe the person who got the thing wrong, so wrong, that she's now believable when she's fomenting, pushing out, creating, trying to justify Donald Trump's distractions about his other crimes, the Jeffrey Epstein stuff. She's out there now putting forward a conspiracy that Barack Obama and James Comey and Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden and James Clapper and John Brennan and just every name you've heard over the past 10 years of being evil Democrats that need to be arrested. Some of these people aren't even Democrats, but this is the new thing they're putting forward. And Tulsi Gabbard at the end of her comment makes them one of the most tone-deaf, ridiculous statements that you'll ever hear, that all it does is just lay bare the fact that they are projection artists and they are accusing everyone else of the thing they day to day try to accomplish. Before we get to it, though, watch this introduction of the segment, introduction of the interview, introduction of this just sheer propaganda on the part of Fox News, trying to extricate Donald Trump from his current public relations and legal morass, trying to cover up for all of the kids that he allegedly committed crimes against. Watch this introduction.
And we begin this Sunday morning with the biggest political scandal of all: collusion and conspiracy at the highest levels against President Trump. Now, Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard revealing what this audience has known all along: a cabal of high-ranking officials led by then-President Barack Obama, CIA Director John Brennan, and Hillary Clinton, among others, took the world on a wild goose chase to try and take down their political enemy, Donald Trump, no matter the casualties along the way. DNA Tulsi Gabbard is now calling for prosecutions, revealing declassified documents from the Russia collusion made-up investigation, which she says detail a treasonous conspiracy by officials at the highest level of the Obama White House to stop incoming President Donald Trump. The cabal included Barack Obama, John Brennan, James Clapper, Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, Jim Comey, and Susan Rice.
What do you do with that? the biggest political scandal of them all, says Maria Bartiromo, the woman who brought us the conspiracy theory that was emailed to Sidney Powell and then forwarded on to her from a woman who self-proclaimed that the wind had told her she was a ghost, but she didn't believe that. And all the other things that were absolutely batshit crazy didn't get into her broadcast, but everything else that was like halfway believable to the MAGA base, she included. She's a conspiracy theorist who happens to be employed by Rupert Murdoch at Fox News and Fox Business. She's going to reveal the things that this audience has known all along. I mean, come on, man. Come on, Maria. Get it together, sister. So the interview was like 16 minutes long. The whole segment was 16 or 17 minutes long. Here's a couple minutes of it to give you a flavor for the wild conspiracy. By the way, she's not revealing anything. All she's doing is making claims. She's not making public these documents that have been declassified. None of that. None of it. Nothing. There's no evidence here at all. It's just accusation. And then a little telling on themselves for being projection artists. Watch this.
Now, I know that Devin Nunes came out with the Nunes report and a lot of other reports after that to indicate everything that you're saying. And I guess the worst of the reports, the real evidence, is the reports of most recent, right? The last reports are the worst reports that we're going to see. And I understand that there is more, perhaps, that you are going to come out with next week. And I was told that that's why they raided Mar-a-Lago, that they wanted to find the Trump-Russia documents that indicated there was absolutely no collusion and that there was no evidence to even start such an investigation. But Trump didn't have it there in Mar-a-Lago, but that's why they raided his house in 2022. Is that correct?
I don't have the details on the specifics of the Mar-a-Lago raid itself. Those are within the possession of the FBI. But there's no question in my mind that this intelligence community assessment that President Obama ordered be published, which contained a manufactured intelligence document. It's worse than even politicization of intelligence. It was manufactured intelligence that sought to achieve President Obama and his team's objective, which was undermining President Trump's presidency and subverting the will of the American people. So yes, next week we will be releasing more detailed information about how exactly this took place and the extent to which this information was sought to be hidden from the American people, hidden from officials who would be in a position to do something about it. And that's really the point here that I think is most important, Maria, and you said it in your opening. Accountability is essential for the future of our country, for the American people to have any sense of trust in the integrity of our democratic republic. Accountability, action, prosecution, indictments for those who are responsible for trying to steal our democracy is essential for us to make sure that this never happens to our country again.
Yeah.
Tulsi, are you fucking kidding me? Are you people for real? For the American people to have any sense of trust in the integrity of our democratic republic, accountability, action, prosecution, indictments for those who are responsible for trying to steal our democracy is essential. Donald Trump fomented, incited, planned, executed an attempted overthrow of the United States government, an insurrection against this country. And you have the temerity, the gall, the shamelessness to go on Fox News and say that it's the Democrats who are trying to steal our democracy, while Republican municipalities in the country cancel elections, while Donald Trump announces they're going to redistrict in the middle of a period between censuses. They're just going to do it. Yeah, we're going to redesign the electoral map in Texas to get 5 more seats to ensure that we don't get buried in the midterms because people are so unhappy with our policies. And yet this is the new conspiracy from Donald Trump with the Shady Bunch And where's the other one? The crazy infographic that's absolutely just conspiratorial nonsense. This is what we get from these people. They're not here to govern. By Donald Trump's own account, she's not credible. She can't be believed because she's wrong about even the most basic of things that are integral to her job. The Iran stuff. Wrong about that, but apparently very on point about the wild conspiracy theories that are here to distract you from the fact that Donald Trump is being accused of being best friends for decades with a serial pedophile, and Donald Trump himself is being accused of being one. Credibly accused, I might add. But Maria Bartiromo's here to fill you in on the thing you already knew. Breaking news, the thing you knew is true. I invite you to this conversation. If that's what it is, you can comment below. You can also call the voicemail line 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me daily@dollemore.com. I do want to hear from you on this. Let me tell you, it's only going to get more batshit crazy because hopefully the media is not going to let go of this story of digging and promote or revealing some of the most dastardly crimes against humanity that you can commit. And Donald Trump was in league with these people. Do we know that he did this? No, we don't know it because we don't have the hard evidence of it. But let me tell you, it all lines up. It all makes sense. What do you think? Love to hear from you. If you want to help support this work, please consider it. For $2 a month, you can become a channel member and help me produce these videos. You can help produce this content. You can also go to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. That's a better way to do it because they take way less money than YouTube. Google loves to take a big fat cut. Patreon takes a cut, just less. Anyway, patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. I love and appreciate it very much. I'll see you next time. Be genuine. Take care of one another.